Hello, my name is David Knight, and welcome to those amazing Psalms. Psalm 29, Storm Glory. Early this morning I was woken up by thunder and lightning and pounding rain, the perfect visual footage for Psalm 29, which is the perfect psalm for anyone caught in a storm. I got up, grabbed my camera, and shot a few minutes in the darkness. Storms can be magnificent and exhilarating. This one was average, though there were still enough volts in that lightning to light up the whole city. Storms can also make you nervous. I remember camping in the mountains with only a nylon tent between me and a raging thunderstorm. It wakes you up in a hurry. Life storms often overtake us with a greater consequence than a thunderstorm that interrupts your sleep. Adolescence is a stormy stretch of life, whether you're a parent or the teenager. Marriage has its share of storms. Our medical and financial lives can become hurricanes. Then throw in a global pandemic with closed borders, social isolation rules, and economies tumbling, and you have a perfect storm. Add cities writhing with racial hostility and anger, and you have a witch's brew. Psalm 29 is tailor-made for people caught in a storm as we are. It describes a ferocious thunderstorm that sweeps in from the Mediterranean and across the land with devastating effect, with howling wind, thunder, and lightning, shattering cedars and stripping the forest bare. As ferocious as the storm is, the theme of the psalm is not fear, but praise. Praise the Lord, you angels. Praise the Lord for his glory and strength. Worship the Lord because of his beauty and holiness. Then comes the storm. The voice of the Lord echoes above the sea. The God of glory thunders. The Lord thunders over the mighty sea. The voice of the Lord is powerful and majestic. The voice of the Lord splits the mighty cedars and shatters the cedars of Lebanon. The voice of the Lord strikes with bolts of lightning and makes the desert quake. The voice of the Lord twists mighty oaks and strips the forests bare. And in his temple, everyone shouts, "Glory!" The singer of this psalm revels in the glory of the storm, the majestic roar of waves and thunder, howling wind, and trees crashing to the ground. Nature is majestic, wild, and breathtaking. This psalm challenges our instinct to domesticate God, to tame him, to reduce him to an impersonal force. 18 times it names God by name and ascribes nature's awesome power, majesty, and beauty to Yahweh. It calls us to stand in awe and to worship and to join the temple chorus saying, "Glory." It's natural in the midst of a powerful storm to fear the worst, to fear that we will be overwhelmed, to give the storm God status. Every culture seems to do this. In Greek mythology, Zeus, the god of sky and thunder, was the king of the gods. The Vikings called Thor the storm god with his huge, powerful hammer. And for the Canaanites, it was Baal. Psalm 29 may have originally been a Canaanite hymn praising Baal as the god of storm, but it was taken over by Israel and made into a vibrant summons to worship Yahweh. The very act of singing this song, as Israel did, was a defiant statement of faith in Yahweh alone and unrivaled. When we fear that our storms will consume us, this psalm reminds us that above the roar of the waves and the rain, God's voice thunders and whispers and sings. The Lord rules over the floodwaters. The Lord reigns as king forever. God is the king, not the storm, not any storm. This psalm reorients our faith to sing with confidence and wonder even during a storm. As I finished filming this morning, above the distant rumbling thunder, I heard birds singing in the trees outside my door. They sang, I suppose, because it is their habit. Israel sings Psalm 29 because she learned that Yahweh, not Baal, is the ultimate storm god, ruling over nature and over our lives powerfully and majestically. And Christians sing this song with the overlay of another storm story. All four gospel accounts of the life of Jesus tell about Jesus standing up in a boat in the midst of a furious storm and calming the winds, demonstrating his identity as Lord of the wind and the waves, just as this psalm does, and beautifully illustrating the final two lines of our psalm. The Lord gives his people strength. The Lord blesses them with peace. God, the Creator, is both storm warrior and Prince of Peace. So, like the rainbow arched over the earth after the catastrophic storm in Noah's day, I pray that the strength and peace of Christ will be with you in whatever kind of storm you are facing today. Take care.